This is Irontrader. It is Tuesday morning. So we'll take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. We'll take a look here at natural gas, gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Now remember, on crude oil, the API number will not be out until Wednesday at 4:30, and then Thursday at 11 a.m. For the crude oil and 10:30 for the natural gas. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by Sunday Stock Market ETF. If you'd like to subscribe, thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, WTI, and Brent. Now you can see here how we have the sell-off. Now this was really no big surprise here because what we're looking for the top of this candle right here, that 105.36. So if you just bring that line right across here, okay, on all of these tops of these candles, you can see here we're pretty much topped out on that in that resistance level. Then the next day was a little bit lower, and then we had that big red candle which wiped out all three of those candles. Now, then we had this indecision, and this was Friday's candle. You notice that we closed below that 50-day. Okay, so I've been pointing out this 50-day. I said, you got to respect it. He said, held it, it held it, it held it, and then we closed below it. That means she's going to be going lower, and look where we are here today. Now, again, this is all on a possible deal with Iran, even though there was missiles going off. The U.S. was doing bombing portions of Iran again here. So I don't know how all these talks are going to go. Another thing you have to understand is the Straits of Hormuz is going to be very, very tricky going in down the road. Simple reason being is now they want to charge a toll for every ship that goes through there, and that's going to get really, really pricey real quick. Now, the UAE is putting a pipeline going across, just like Saudi Arabia had that east-west pipeline. So, but that is going to be ready till probably end of 27. So they're working on it, but this is going to be a really long stretch of situation that's going to be going on here through the Straits over time. Now, you can see here it came all the way down here. We hit this low of 89.41. This was your support level here at that 88.66, and right here, what do we have here? 89.85. What do we hit? 89.41. Okay, so always look to the left of the chart here. This is going to be your level. So you can see it so far, it's holding this key level. Now, if we start losing this key level right here at that 88.66, then all we do is bring this price channel right across here. And what do you have? 85.50 level. We'll come over to the bottom of this candle here, 84.37, and then we'll be looking right here for the 100-day at 82.40, and we have a big retest down here at 78.97. Now, again, we have a nice, good uptrending chart, but then you can see here how we have this series of lower highs and lower lows. Not good. So upside here, what we're looking for is today's high. We had 93.90, and then we look to the bottom here at 94.73. Okay, so we have a gap, and then we have that fill. Okay, then your next level of some resistance is going to be right there at 95.76, and we'll come down here 96.74, and then this is the big bar we're looking for is this 50 SMA at 98.03. Now, when you look at this, you can see how that 8-day, see how that 8-day crossed that 21-day? That's not bullish. That's not good. Okay, so again, that crossed over, and that's going to become very, very big resistance, 99.45 and the 128 level. But let's just see here what happens with crude today. This could rally all the way back up here, this 50-day, very, very easily here. Depends on what's going on there with that straight situation. Okay. Now, only at 41, this is not oversold yet. This green is over your red, shows momentum to the downside. So this has a ways to go. You could come down, definitely hit that 100-day, maybe even that 200-day. But again, now we have summer driving coming into situation. So you got to be a little bit careful. So for me, all I'm looking for right now here is just the trades. Okay. What can we do for trades here on a situation to maybe take this back up here to that 50-day? Now, we look here at Brent. You can see here where we hit for a low at 95.93. What we're looking for right there is 96.07. Okay, so you came right there. That's what I'm looking for. So always look to the left of the chart here. Look how nice that has held it. Okay, now if we start losing that area, then we just come right here. This is your next target, 93.87. Then we'll come down here at 92.77. We can work yourself down to 90.01. And then we have your 100-day at 87.73, okay? But we have to lose these key areas at 96.07 and at 88.06 in order to head to that 100-day. Now, on the upside, we have this gap again, okay? So 169, that's your resistance, and then we're looking for that fill at 101.38, and we'll come to the bottom of that candle, 102.16, and then we have 103.28, and then we're looking for the old 50-day at 104.60. Now, your 8-day now is below. So that's 106.04 level. That's going to be your next target. And then your 21-day at 106.67. So we got a lot of resistance here because now you got the 50-day, the 8-day, and the 21 SMA here. Not looking really too good. So if we do get a rally here, I'll be looking for BNO. Maybe we can get a little trade going on here. Maybe tag up back up to that 50-day. We'll have to see. Now, Here we have 41. Now, this is nowhere near oversold. This has long way to go. This has long way to go. So if we could get out of these 90s levels here, maybe we get that gasoline back down to that 3 level. We'll have to see. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Here's your daily. Now you can see we had a really nice run up. We're holding that 8-day, and then we hit that 3.13 level. Okay, so what we're looking for is right there, 3.1. We're looking for the 21-day. Okay, so you can see where it rallied right on up here, and it just can't get through that 21-day. Now, this here was higher 318 at there one time, but again, as this here keeps rolling on, this is rolling on down. That's going to become very, very strong resistance. Okay, so this is what we're looking for here. We're looking for that 3.14 level. First of all, we're going to look for this 298. This 298 is going to be very key because this is going to be that 8-day simple moving average. We get above that, we come up here to 288. We'll come up there at that 306, and then we have your retest at 3.13. Then we're going to have your 21-day, and then we have your 100-day. So you've got a lot of resistance at 316 right there. Now, if we can get above that, then we have the 100-day at 3.26. Okay, so again, natural gas is going to have its day. It's just that it's going to need a big kind of catalyst here in order to do that. Now, on the downside, you can see we're 21-day crossed over that 50-day very, very nicely. That's going to be your key support level. You have to hold that. So far, we're holding it nicely. Okay, 2.85. And then we have right below that is 2.83. And then this is here what we want to watch is that 277 level. That is your 8-day. Now, the 8-day is flattening out here. Okay, and that's very cute. We can't lose that on the closing basis because see this scenario here, 9 weeks. 9 weeks, not days, 9 weeks below that 8-day. Very, very strong. And now we're finally above it. But now we have a ping pong action going on here. So as that 21-day goes down, the 8-day is sideways action here. Something is going to give. This is going to pop up or she's going to pop down. I think she's going to pop up for this time of the year. Now, 53, that's not overbought, oversold. We're still over here. The green is over your red. This here is still looking good, and you're only at 46. So right now, this is not looking too bad. But the key is we got to hold these key levels at 285, okay, that 283, and that 8-day at 277. If not, we could come right down here, and then we just follow the candles down. You got 275. We got 267. We'll have 259, and we have a retest down here at roughly 250 level. Okay. Upside again, you got to get that get above that key 8 SMA here, that 313, this 21-day, and that 100-day in order to go higher. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Now you can see it's pretty much doing a whole lot of nothing. Now you can see this 50 days. See how that rolling over is like one big arc. Okay, like you see where it went right into it, stopped it cold. This here again stopped it cold, and now she's rolling right on over here. So gold right here does not really look very, very good. Now you can see where it started to rally. Okay, on the news. That maybe the possible deal looked like it wanted to rally, and then you can see where the 8-day has stopped it. This is what you have to get through. You got to get through that 54, 45, 48 level. Then we have 46, 14 level. We always want to watch this 8-day here at 46.60 level, and then we have right here at 46.70. Okay, so a lot of resistance going on here in the gold. So right now, I don't see anything that is this bullish because you're only really above the 200-day. You're fighting all these resistant levels. Okay, so just remember, watch that 8-day. Very, very key. You can't just pop and drop. You have to close above it. Then we can hit 46.14. Then we can hit your 8-day at 46.60. Then we have your 50-day at 47.70. Then we have 47.94, and then we come all the way up here to your 100-day at 48.04. For me right now, there's just really nothing here. I only scalp on the long side. There's really nothing here that says, wow, this is really going to be going higher, okay? On the downside here, you want to watch this key level right here. This is that 45.10 because that was right after that 45.10. That was the double bottom situation. Okay, if we lose that, then we'll come right here, 44.88, and then 44.55. Well, that's going to be very, very key. We lose that, we come right down here at 43.78 and possible 42.27 level. Now, 41, that's not overbought oversold. We have sideways action here. We're still downtrending there because you can see here how we're just fighting that now. Now, the 8-day was leveling off, and now looks like it wants to roll over. So, if you're trading this, just be very, very cautious on here on the gold. There's really nothing that's what says this is bullish here until we can get above all these resistant levels. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, now silver, all I do right now is just basically just scalp this, the SLV. Okay, so this is really a really good trade. Now, you can see here how you rallied up here, and we made those sticky. Okay, now, the 8-day, cross the 100-day, cross the 21-day. Now we're going to have strong resistance. okay? So just because we're above it, that doesn't mean anything, okay? So yesterday, when the futures opened, we're sitting above here. Okay, we're looking great. We're looking great. We got as high as that 79.25. But all you have to do is look to the right to the left of the chart here. What do you have? 79.40. See, that's the resistance level. See how that works? Okay, so just look right to the left of the chart. Now, again, what we're looking for here, we have to get back above that 8-day. Okay, we have to get back above this key 21-day at 77.87. Now, if we can roll above that, just always watch here, 77.27, and we have that 80.30 level before we can hit that 81.21. Now, if we crack above this, then we're looking good. Okay, we can come all the way up top of this candle here. You're looking at 82.16. We'll come to the left, 83.24. And then we look to the bottom there. We're looking at 86.33 and work yourself back up to that 90 level. But right now, nothing really that great. Okay, so this is what we're looking on the downside. 76.13. That is very key. We lose that, we'll come to Friday's low, 75.26. We'll come down here, 74.69, and then 73.39, and then 71.31. Okay, that is going to be all your key level there support. It has to hold this. If not, you could go right down to that 65 level and maybe even that 61 level very easily. 47, that's not overbought, oversold. The green is sideways, but we're downtrending. We're downtrending here. So for me, all this is just a scalp. SLV, just scalp city. Okay, you can get anywhere from a point to 4 points a day just on scalping the SLV. Okay, so right now, okay, it closed at 40. SLV closed at 68.36. Now we're sitting at 69.08. And look at this candle. Okay, so what happens if this candle blasts right on up here? Well, how much money could you make? Okay, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now you can see here where the 8-day, okay, let me bigger up a little bit there for you. Okay, there you go. See how that 8-day right now, okay, 77.557, okay, then we have 76, okay, so this is what we're looking for, 77.557, and we're looking for that 21. Now you see how that crossed over? That's very bullish, but we got to get back above that 8-day. That's going to be key. If we lose it, that 8-day could roll right back over again, just like pretty much what we had here. Okay, so you got to be a little bit careful. Now, you can see here when it rallied, where did it go? Right into the 8-day and the daily. Look at it. Stopped it cold. You got to get above 77,952. Your next big level, 78,860. That's going to be very key. Then we come here to the bottom. That's going to be your resistance, 79,950 level. Come up here, 81,530. We'll come up to 82,310 and then 83,215. That is going to be your big target. Okay, so we have a lot of going on up here, a lot of resistance. Now, on the downside, this is what we want to hold is 76,712. Very key. Then we want to hold this level right here at 76,058 and then 75.98, your 50-day. Now we just have sideways consolidation going on here. Now I think Bitcoin's going to have its day, but I think it's going to be later on in the year before right now, before, like versus like right now. So all I do is just scalp this here, okay? BITX for the long, BITI for the short. So all I'm doing right now is just scalping the long unless we close below that 50-day. We close below that, then I'll be in the short position and we'll take this much lower, okay? So this is the key here on the downside is watch these two key levels right here, 76.60, and watch this level here, that 50-day, 75.099. Very critical there on the downside. Upside, obviously, 8-day, 21-day. Once we can crack above those two, we got a nice shot at that 83,215. We crack that. Your next shot is right there, 88,839. Now, 49, that's not overbought, oversold. We still have the green is below red. We're downtrending. Obviously, we are. And this here is looking good. This here is looking good because we're holding this levels right here. We lose this, yeah, you can hit that 50-day real quick. Okay, let's take a look here now at Ethereum. Okay, here we have Ethereum. Now, I don't trade this, but a lot of people do. My buddy Jet there, he likes trading this here. But I trade the Bitcoin. Remember, you can't trade everything. Don't get yourself jammed up with trading everything. Now, we still have an uptrending chart situation going here, and we have sideways consolidation. But really what you're looking for here on the upside is right here is 2154. That's going to be very critical, okay? Now, we always want to watch right here, okay? We have that 8-day at 2257. And we have that 2305. Okay, so always watch those. Now, 21053. Okay, then we have 2235 level. Then we're going to have this 2251. Now, you really have to get above this because you can see here, see how this chart here, where you popped up and you're right into that 21-day and then she just fell right off, sideways consolidation. So this is going to be very strong resistance, that 8-day, okay, that 50-day, and that 21-day. Very, very strong. Once we get above that level there, then we can start heading right here towards this here. Okay, so we hit that 21 SMA here. We hit this 100-day to retest 24.35, and then we can come all the way up here 24.72. Now, if we can clear all that, and eventually I think you will. Okay, then we're going to look for this gap fill all the way down here at 26.41. Then we come down to the bottom there at 27.50 level. We'll come to the top of that candle at 28.34, and then we're going to come all the way here to the 100-day at sitting at 28.86 level. That's your 100-day and then 50-day right above it. But look at all the resistance. Now, this here, you're below all your simple moving averages. Right here, you're below all your simple moving averages. Not good. Now, 41, that's not bad. This is still downtrending. This is sideways action. This is only sitting at 40. That's not bad. Now, let's take a look at the downside here. So we want to watch Friday's low. That's going to be key, 2005.5 level. Okay, now your next level is going to be right here, 2019. And then we'll come down here, 1974. And then we'll come right down to the bottom here at 1941. We start losing it. All we do is just follow it and bring those price channels here right across. See how easy that is? 1914 level. We'll come down here at 1803 and then 1748. That is your big retest, as you can see here on your weekly chart. Okay, now this is going to be very, very important if it does sell down to here. For a simple reason, if you just look at the bottom of this candle here, okay, see how nice that is? That was your support level right there. Okay, so we had that double bottom, came down here, we ran all the way up, came down, and then we tested this nice double bottom situation. So that is going to be your very, very key level. If we lose that, you come all the way down here, 1387, very, very easily. But we're not there yet, but I always like to show you where we can possibly go. So for today, watch Friday's low, 2005.5. Very, very key. Upside, 2154. Watch that 50-day, 2235, and then 21-day, 2251. Okay, that is your upside right there. Watch that key level, 2255. That is your downside. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here midday trading. We'll take a look at some stocks. Right now, Nasdaq futures up about 319. We'll see if it can actually hold all this here, and it all depends on what the news is coming out. All right, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.